you normally would do, and I cheated here, is you would go and start Python there. So you enter Python and you start a Python session. Okay? And we'll do some of this in a moment with one of you. And then you have this. And now, of course, ideally, you have your code already somewhere here. So this here is basically code that is something we were working on. So this is the Sart. And there's also the HV code, for example. Where is he? Actually, Joe's, no, there he is.
I'm right here. Yeah.
There's your code, there's Mag, for example, and stuff like this. There's the PVT code.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with the Sart here. So this is kind of the code, and here, so you have basically the terminal. This is the terminal, and this is where you enter. You see PyInstaller? This is kind of where you enter this code to create an executable. And again, we will do this in a moment. You use PyInstaller, you say it's one file, you say it's collecting all, and then you explicitly tell it should use PsychoPy and it should use Mac.py and compile that.
If it's for Mac.
If it's for that,
if it's
exactly.
not
If
for
it's
Mac,
PV,
you don't put it.
if it's H_V, horizontal vertical, then that would be that program. Exactly. But PyInstaller, one file, collect all, and if you use it, PsychoPy is critical. That's pretty much the command that you will use. Yeah?
So you have to type that straight into the terminal?
Yeah, you have to type it really into the terminal.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then it creates a file. And so now I'm talking about the folder structure here. So when you normally when you start, what you will see is this. So you will be on your account, and it will have a structure like this. It will have some code, and you may not see some of these things because they're invisible. But you will have somewhere PyCharm projects. Go down there. There might be Python project down there. And then here you will have all of your py files, all of these little Python files that you can see here up in this Python IDE. They are somewhere saved here. So you have PVT, Sart, etc., etc. They're all present for me. And then in your case, you would just have your own. So you would most likely go here and use Outlook. You call Outlook, and it will load your email, your university email from your email address, and you have sent yourself via Outlook your file, and you would just open it here.
The file
whatever.
as just plain text,
Yeah.
right? Not as an attached file.
Yeah, there you would do that. You would basically send yourself, in this text, your Python code, and then from your local machine, from your laptop, and then you open it here on this machine and you have it. You do copy all, which of course I'm not really doing here, and then you open PyCharm and you paste it in here. And that's it. That should work. When you use PyCharm, make sure that you use Python 3.10. That's the environment we are using. And we're using a virtual environment. We'll go over this. We'll do it with one of you in a moment.
My question is, remember yesterday, a couple days ago, that I'm struggling with downloading the interpreter without using the admin code. Like, I basically can't do anything under my account, and it has to be yours.
Oh shit, we didn't address this. Let's try it.
Yeah, we haven't addressed that.
I mean, I can compile it all on mine. That's not a big deal, really.
But the problem is, if we have to log in on our account,
What?
then we have nothing.
No, actually, this is kind of the thing that you're right. But what we also did here is the following. So this PC, if you open it, it has all of these big drives.
Yeah. Oh,
There's-
like I can access your account?
I did exactly that. So you all have access to Scratch. And in Scratch, you can see there are tons of folders, but one is called Human Factors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the folder that you have. And then in Human Factors, you see block A, block B, and so on. And what I want is in block A
But we want the executable.
to have the executables there. And since we have the executables already, so let's go here.
Did we end up fixing mine
Hmm?
that day? Did
We-
we successfully
Yeah.
fix them?
I think we did. And so let's open
I don't
this.
remember.
Me neither. I'm
I've
pretty
been
sure.
here for so long.
I think my wife would say I'm overconfident, but let's see what we have. So let's go into my PyCharm. So I'm going into my personal folder, my user folder, users. I'm somewhere here, there. I'm going into PyCharm projects. I'm going into Python project. And here I have distributions. And there's a dist for SART and for Mac. And it says application. These are the two programs that we compiled. So I'll take them, copy them, and move them into block A. There we go. And so now these are executables, they're applications, and I can, in theory, just start them here. Let's see what happens. It takes a moment because it's unpacking it and it's, pre-compiling and whatever, it's doing other things. But in a moment, there should be a window popping up saying participant number. Or not. Okay, that's pretty promising. So it's doing something. I have not tested it either, so it may not work.
In theory, though, it would.
In theory, it will work. In theory, it always works.
Mm,
Okay, here we have the participant number, and we do 999, and now we are ready to go. So there we have it. So this is the Mac-Worth clock task, and it's gonna work. Yeah. And here, you detect double ticks, and then you press the space button, which means I did wrong because it should have done that. Okay. It's good to have somewhere in your code an exit command where you can quit your code by hitting escape or whatever key. But you need to document what key that is so that other people know also what it is if
I feel
something
like we
goes
can
wrong.
all make it universal.
I think if we all do escape,
Yeah.
I think
That's-
everything has an escape button.
yeah,
right?
but you have to tell it.
No?
Yeah,
You
you
have
tell
to
it, yeah.
tell it in the app,
You have to tell
let
it.
them know. Otherwise, the
On
you
Mac?
can't-
Okay,
Yeah,
on
and-
your program.
So, and you can
Oh.
see now, I did not really do data, but here, the program created its subfolder for data. So this is called Mac test data. And so here, participant 999 has his data folder, and that's kind of the data file. So ideally, if we now would start SART,
That will be part of your code too.
Yeah.
I
Is it part of the code?
put in
Making
the
a
code that
file.
like you have to create a new folder
Yeah.
What did,
and create it like all the files.
and it will do
How do you
that.
know exactly what place to have it make the folder in? Like, would you copy like all that?
Yeah, it should create a folder under your program's program.
I didn't specify where, but it just created under my Word
Yeah,
program.
exactly.
Okay.
It's gonna be smart enough to know that this is the right way.
Even when you're transferring from it works
Mhm.
fine on my computer, it should work fine on
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
It
why you
creates
don't
the folder on his
do a
folder.
hard coding. So a hard coding would be, I would say, C and under program
Those
files,
Like
blah blah
you
blah
don't
blah blah.
specify
You don't
the
want to do
address,
that.
you
Uh-huh.
just tell them to create a new
Okay.
folder.
so what you type into the prompt to have it do that? Just like,
It will do this actually
I think I
automatically.
just tell them to create a folder and use this exact format. Folder name, I told them a folder name that I want, and
Yeah.
I told them the format of the file I want. And I told him like in the CSV file which column I want. Like, what do you want to collect, kind of
Right.
thing.
Okay.
So in
okay.
addition to being in the working environment, like it also makes a file. Okay.
So we can see what she's doing
Oh,
here.
it
So that's hers. It's working. And so now basically we do a practice round, and I have no idea what I need to do, but I did it right. And here I'm too slow. I'm hitting actually. I'm supposed to hit under certain circumstances when it's not a certain number, the space bar. Okay. And how do we quit with exit, escape. So, and she,
Oh, mine didn't save. It has to go all the way to the end. I think I should fix it. Like,
yeah,
I
would
put
be,
in the, like, before the whole thing's end, it's not gonna generate anything.
oh, it's, you have to run through the whole study? Okay, you can fix it, but I am pretty sure it's gonna create then a subfolder that you, what do you call it, sort dot,
Like, yeah,
sort
once
data or
once
something?
the whole thing's